Welcome, folks, back to Turok 2. I hope you're all doing well. I know I am, that's for sure. I'm actually really excited to see where Turok goes from here, because it has all these additional things we need to remember. We need to be on the lookout for all warp zones, specifically ones that go to nuclear detonation land, feathers, other thing to learn other thing over here, and then go back, fetch this thing. I think that's how that goes. I'm not sure. Level 2.
Slaughter by the River of Souls. The River of Souls. The very name strikes fear into the hearts of men. Nothing that drinks of its water survives. The Lazarus Concordance erected one of the energy totems on its banks, and the people of the Lost Land quickly learned that its mysterious energy could purify the water of the River of Souls. On the very shores of the deadly river, a mighty city sprang forth. Where once there was but death, life flourished. The Dinosaur vanguard has swept through the beautiful city of Arisi as its campaign of terror rages on. Arisi was once home to a formidable army, but decades of peace and prosperity saw little need for a large military presence, and its military forces grew weak.
Aye.
Your mission objectives are as follows. Destroy 2 soul gates. Legions of the undead have begun pouring through these gates into Arisi. You must find and destroy all of the soul gates before the undead can escape the city. Destroy the 3 Sisters of Despair. Locate the energy totem and defend it at all costs.
Well, that's a interesting set of objectives. Oh. Oh, this is different. They appear to be very, very upset and angry. The dinosaurians seem to be very, very not used to the fact that I'm riding apparently on a dinosaur. They are panicking, in fact. It's got some pretty massive fall off, though. I don't know how to get off. But they are set up to defend against him. Defend against it, which is kind of weird. Okay, there's anti-aircraft. Oh, there you are. I was wondering what was shooting me. I thought I heard mortar strikes. I thought I was hearing mortar strikes. I'm also willing to bet we could have come here without Dinosaur. The explosions seem to be a lot less deadlier than I expected. Than they seem. Yeah, they seem a lot less deadlier than they look. Though I can't imagine what it'd be like going through on foot, actually. Yeah, the drop-off on these rockets is a little ludicrous. On the bright side, the enemies aren't doing a ton of damage to us. Oh, I didn't even... So there's a third option of fire. The machine gun. Okay, so this thing actually has like 3 modes of fire. Interesting. Okay, and that can actually blow down some of these obstacles. I'm interested to look and explore this place on foot once I kill all the enemies. Or at least the vast majority of them. Even the machine gun seems to be decently effective. Ammunitions. Okay, that's a checkpoint up there. Now we can fully explore. Now we can explore. So we're fully ammoed up, so... Well, that's a death pit. Oh, that was a very entertaining little... diversion. Looks like that could have been blown up, but it refused to explode on me. Because there was that entire route we didn't take at the beginning of the level. I'm curious now. So very curious. Yeah, we're fully armed up, so we can explore that on foot. Let's hope we don't encounter anything too terrible. I don't think there is anything too terribly large to encounter. Those don't open. And those are unclimbable. Well, that's absolutely disappointing. Wonder if Dinosaur respawns back here too. He does not, in fact. He does not, in fact, spawn back there. Because we stopped going this direction, like, super early. Which may have been not the smartest of moves. That was most definitely not the smartest of moves. I don't think that hurts them at all. It does, in fact, hurt them. Ah, and that connects to there.
Full health.
So that was just an alternate route. Okay. Okay, I get you. I just didn't know what was down there. Two arrows to blow open one of those. That seems a little light on the amount of ammunition it takes. Actually, I don't think there have been any arrow pickups at all in this entire level. That's weird. Ah! Where in the world did they even come from? Do they just respawn? I mean, we know some enemies spawn back. Just normally not those dinosaurians. Okay, and we can just re-enter Dino. We just re-enter Dino mode if we want. Interesting.
Tech bow, sniper capability enabled.
Now we've entered the town proper. That looks like that blows up. Compies. Compies. Okay, it was worth a shot. After seeing the card explode. Compies. Compies and a raptor, really? Compies. Of course, they'd sick the compies on the poor humans and horses here. Sick the things that are the hardest to hit and kill. Put myself in the corner there. More compies, seriously. Compies, seriously. How do we reach that? Now that's a death pit. I wonder what activates it. There it is. You didn't even see it coming. Really? That's it. Okay. Hmm. Once again, reminded that arrows are probably the best weapon. The bow and arrow is probably the best weapon we have. Not because of its drop-off, but because it just works. It's infinitely renewable, which is perhaps its biggest advantage. One downside is doesn't have a damage. Afraid I fell to my death there for a moment. Only because I don't want to know what the death penalty consists of. Because in Turok 1, the death penalty it wasn't severe, but it could be bad. Okay, there's our level 4 key. And I'm one arrow down. It's because I shot it over this direction, but I don't... Oh. Well, one arrow down permanently. And let me guess, this just connects back to the main section. Okay. I get you. And this all connects back to... Ow. It's most funny that you can just pluck them off of enemies' dead corpses. Not even dead corpses, off their live corpses. Okay. I don't even know how this... when, where, or how this connects. It doesn't. That just ended up... That just is a sniper platform. platform. Actually running a little low on health. That's very concerning. I mean, I'd like to blame that mostly on the compies we were fighting earlier. But that can't all be blamed on them. Okay, so we can in fact come up here. Okay, and we can in fact reach back up here. Good. There's more health. Good. And this should lead us to the other side, which has more health. Excellent. Ah. Yeah, that'd be a pretty radical jump. I don't even know where you came from. I was afraid of that. It did look like nasty green water.
Eight lives remaining.
It looks like we got to keep all our ammunition, so that's good. And looks like lives cap at 9. Which is perfectly fine. However, our arrows did not, in fact, stay. Oh god, compies. Compies. So we need that ability in order to survive water. The green water.
Full health.
Okay, we'll need to keep that in mind then. As I thought, it probably opened up over here, and it did. Thought that was a little suspicious. Boxes of bullets, boxes of shells. Oh, we're really gonna need that water ability. Yeah, once we get that water ability, things are gonna open up in this level dramatically. I mean, I appreciate the really specific hitboxes, but they can be a little too specific at times. Stealth dinos. Great, they've got stealth technology. They've got stealth tech on their side. Oh god. That was a lot of wasted ammunition. Just an ordinary fountain, huh?
I am Turok!
Well, there's that lost life. It was worth it, however, because we needed to see that the green water was, in fact, very bad for you. Yep, I can, in fact, see that. Wonder what this switch did. Didn't raise that side. And it didn't raise either of those. Ah, it made him come out and say hi. Spiders! Not spiders. Not little spiders, no. Those were some of the worst enemies in Turok 1. Warp gate's not active.
Full health.
Full health. But that didn't activate the warp gate. Interesting. Both sets of gate keys are now in hand. Both Pegasi rear. I was about to say I was missing an arrow because I was only at 14 out of the 15 I need. Most important thing to remember if you're doing underwater navigation in Turok 2 is there is a certain amount of breath that Turok can hold, and it is not as much as you think. But no, you don't know if you're running out of air until Turok starts gasping, being like, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. That's when you know Turok's running out of air. Where did you come from? Oh, that was rude. This feels like a progress. A type of progress. Ah, that's the gates.
Warp portal activated.
There we go. Warp portal. Can't quite make that jump. Here we are. Explosive shells do a lot of work. Looks like we got another nuclear device. At least we got those out of the way. At least we can sit and restock here a little bit. Though there's really not a lot to restock on. Of course there has to be more. Of course there had to be more.
You have found part of the nuke weapon.
Okay. Nuke weapon has been retrieved. That's one of 4 major collectibles. That's good. That's good. Well. Weirdly timed enemies. Also, so many explosions. So many explosive areas. What an interesting layout. Whoa! Where did you come from? Like, I have no clue where he just came from. I knew compies were going to be annoying. Of course, even more of them! Good God. At least they realized that they were annoying, but still. At least they realized they were annoying, but still. And they gave us a solution to that in this melee weapon, but still.
Full health.
And they realized it. Still back at 20 arrows.
Mag 60.
Oh. Is this what I think it is? Is this a machine pistol? That is indeed a machine pistol. Haha! This actually makes the normal pistol actually usable. In many ways. 'Cause I can't even say that the normal pistol's even usable. Isn't even really useful like the Doom one for sniping. The enemies just move a little too erratically for that. Just a little too erratically. Meanwhile, still down to about half health. I mean, I suppose it's useful for sniping, like, close. Oh, very nearly lost my arrows there. Ooh. Seriously, sniper on the bow is ludicrous. I don't know where they came from. And those are apparently unclimbable crates. That's it. I don't know which set of doors that opened. That probably opened that door up there. Of course, it didn't open the one over here. Ah, the undead.
Shotgun. Soul gate destroyed.
So, technically, I probably wasted all of that. All my explosive
Full
rounds.
health.
So these dinosaurians know necromancy. Or some way of summoning the dead. I was about to say compies? No, just normal velociraptors. Just normal velociraptors, you know, normal enemies. Huh. Another full health. That's slightly concerning. That's ever so slightly concerning. At least we're back up to full arrows. Now that did get rid of them all. One shot to the head on him. Of course there had to be more of them. It's a little bit of a gap to... Oh. Gap to jump. There's no gap to jump. They're just right over here. Ah! They get very confused about the pools, it would seem. The pools appear to confuse them. And that's weird. But it also says something about them. Not sure what it says, but it says something. And that looks like that opened the way forward. But we're not done.
Shotgun. Tranquilizer.
Ooh.
Tech bow. Mag 60.
Interesting. Tranquilizer. A tranquilizer? And that's assigned by default number 4. Interesting choice there, game. Okay, and there's health down on the other side. That doesn't sound good. Compies. God. God. It's like there's always one enemy type that's just really, really annoying to deal with. Lost an arrow. I feel like I lost 2 arrows somehow in the middle there. There we go. Yeah, I definitely lost 2 arrows there. I think I've permanently lost that one. Hmm. Is that everything? I think that was. I think I heard a guy teleport in. Or a thing teleport in. Spiders. And we're out of pistol ammo. Of all the things to be out of, pistol ammo. Underwater navigation. Invisible ads. Some of the worst things in the world. Invisible monsters.
Full health.
Oh, great, spiders. Got like no health. Spiders took it all. Of course, they weren't the only things that took it all, but they were primarily what took it all. Infinitely spawning spiders. Of course there'd be infinitely spawning spiders. Ten health. 10 health. That's all that was waiting for me in here. Great. Damn it. Because they just gnaw at you, too. Because those spiders just gnaw at you, too. They just drain your health. Oh, now the ladders are down. Now the ladders are down. Of course they are. But all the passageways are still closed, which means there's no point other than a way to double back around.
Flashlight.
Not that the flashlight's ever done me any good. The few times we've had it.
Shotgun.
I heard things spawning in. Of course. Of course, the soul gate's around here somewhere. Don't know where.
Flashlight.
Don't care where.
Mag 60.
Till we find it, there's really not a lot of point. I'm not sticking around. We are in a combat arena.
Sister of Despair banished.
Well, I was wondering when we were gonna get to those. Well, this is gonna be a long level. I can already see. they can apparently swim. But they're apparently very bad at it. And now we're in some type of tower. He waved goodbye as he disappeared, and then I shot him in the face before his cloak could fully take him. Oh, that was good. That was very good. Oh, yeah. That was funny. But why? Why would I want to do that? I mean, I can do that. But why? And that's where where we would normally pick up the trank gun at. Which I still haven't used at all. Okay, that's the wind jump. That doesn't help us because we don't have that ability yet. Well, that arrow's forever lodged in him. Because we're still missing 2 keys, a feather, the jump ability. I do like the fact that the zoom just instantly takes all drop out of your shots. Like, yeah. And you don't even need to pull back all the way to make it just do max damage. It's quite nice.
Mag 60.
More health. Tech arrows. Where could the next secret be? Spiders. As long as they're not infinite. But there's no telling. Why are you so hard to hit? I'm even aiming for their center of mass, but it doesn't seem to work. It requires me to have the water ability. Oh. Which means this is a dead end. It's a dead end. It's a dead end. Of course it's a dead end. Of course it would be a dead end. Okay, not quite a dead end.
Full health.
There we go. Of course. No clue what I just unleashed, but it leads up, and this leads out. Well, let's explore up before we go out. Spiders. Of course there'd be spiders. That should have hit you. Waste of a shotgun, to be honest. Scratch that. No such thing.
Tranquilizer. Full health.
I do wonder what lies in that water pool, though. Well, I got most of my arrows back. I do wonder what that was all for. Like, as far as I can tell, that didn't really do anything. I mean, it might have done something down in the water, but if it did, I don't know. Because we never even went through this teleporter.
Mag 60.
Why does this feel like... This is another one of these, This is another graveyard location? Another soul portal thing? Maybe? Or maybe it's one of the sisters. It's one of the sisters.
Sister of Despair banished.
Okay, it wasn't a soul gate. Though they function basically as one and the same from the looks of it. Okay, so either way we had to do that anyway. Because we can't really complete the level without it. I mean, we could theoretically complete the level without it, but it's not a good idea. Well, other than having to do that... That's a Terrifying drop. This area looks familiar. Is that trank ammo? Yeah, that's trank ammo. Yeah, I remember here. Keep technically standing too close to those. Just spiders. And a secret. Well, maybe a secret. I mean, I'd call that a secret. Oh, that's a void. Oh, that is a void. But that's not a void. Neither of those are voids. Geronimo! Okay, he just respawns once you go through the warp. That's rude. I can hear the spiders. Haha, explosive shells. Eat that, spiders. I can still hear them through the walls. Copies! There's more of them. Compies. I just love that that's become the vernacular term for them since Jurassic Park. It's like, oh, this is over here. Okay, another warp gate. That's where the feather is. I just gotta figure out how to get up there. Because I think then we go back to level 1. Because then I have to locate where that first warp portal was. No secrets underwater. No secret passages, even. Okay, so I can't jump up on this rubble wall? That seems like that's weird. That seems like something you should be able to climb on. Like, it seems like you should be able to climb on that.
Warp portal activated.
Okay, we reactivated the warp portal. I don't think that'll take us to where we want to go. Necessarily. Ah, of course there'd be multiples of you. I absolutely detest those little guys. Too jumpy. That guy just went invisible. Spiders. I could do with a health refill.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
I can do with some health.
Granted.
Unfortunately, that did in fact respawn him. Still gonna be those spiders. I just have a feeling that something's gonna be passed to them.
You have found a sacred eagle feather.
Indeed I have. that eagle feather is going to be very useful, because I think we go back to the first level. If we go back to the first level, we should be able to get that jump ability. I hope. I hope that's how that works. More water abilities. And that's the next one we get, so... Or do we get it here? It doesn't matter which temple we go to burn the feather.
The spirits accept your offering. I grant you the Leap of Faith talisman. With this talisman, you may leap great distances simply by standing on the talisman pads.
Excellent. Mostly these enemies we've killed before, so there's not a lot of reason to go back fighting them. Which means all that's left is... Let's see, mission status. Find a soul gate and find the last Sister of Despair. Compies. Oh, fudge nugget! There we go. Now you're dead. Okay, let's see what's around here, because again, another warp gate doesn't mean it's a good idea to go immediately through it. I didn't even see this guy was up here. Trank Dart. Trank Dart gun. Really doesn't seem like that's a good, useful gun at all. Like, it really doesn't. I mean, yeah, it knocks enemies out, but that really doesn't mean much when, you know, you either kill them and then they don't generally respawn, or you put them to sleep and they respawn. You know? That's a level 4 key. Okay, we unlocked level 4. I do wonder where they all came from. Here. They must have bounded out of here. Ah, it's another one of the gates. It's the ranged enemies that are the problem. Like the crawler we don't have a problem with.
Destroyed. Full health.
Okay. Okay. Now we can go through that warp portal. Very nearly walked off the pit of death. There's the portal. The last sister should be here. Somewhere. Hiding behind her guardians. The gate has been opened. Good. Nothing useful there. Okay, now the gate has been opened. Like, good God, these lesser undeads are just accurate as hell. Like, their bloodshot is just accurate as hell. And I really don't think it should be. It means you're always taking some form of small chip damage. That just doesn't feel right. That just doesn't seem right. Even if it is only like 1 health a shot, it just doesn't feel right for that to happen like all the time. Okay, that gate opened, but not the other gates? Oh no. Interesting. But clearly we don't need that to advance. At least they have their aggro ranges.
Sister of Despair banished.
She is banished. And that's all our main objectives, other than the major objective completed, which is find
Ultra Health.
We never did really explore over on this side further down, did we? Like, not at all. This game's been good about one warp gate leading to another warp gate, so... Ow. And they've been very good about that up until this point. I don't see why this wouldn't lead to another warp gate. Or more accurately, I don't see why it shouldn't lead us to another warp gate. Even though it didn't. The first time it hasn't. Now I am slightly lost. Of course, the graveyards have, admittingly, all been secondary locations. Like, I swear that's actually tracking. I swear those bloodshots are actually tracking us. If that's the case, and that was in fact a side location, that makes me question things. Maybe? Oh, when did we unlock that? That's it. This is it.
You must save the totem, Turok. Mission accomplished.
That's mission 2 accomplished. I believe we got all the things we could in there. But of course, there's level 1. The Primogen key we need.
Turok. How may I assist you?
Quick warp to... I believe it was in the village. Yes. Because it was down this route, this over here.
Primogen key found.
Haha! That should make level 1 complete. We're gonna have so much to go back and check on level 2. I think we saw that Primogen key. It was fairly early. I just don't remember where.
Greetings, Turok. How may I assist you?
Ah, there it is, Primogen Key 1. Let's see, that's the crescent moons, which is level 6. And as usual has double the amount of locks. That's going to be the mothership. Some sort of forest. That is a technology-based door, so that'll be interesting. Some type of quarry or battlefield. It's hard to tell. I was gonna say about 2 hours a level. That's about right for a Turok level. They've not yet overstayed their welcome. I mean, 2 hours on a level is pretty good. But I think... yeah, that's where we're gonna call it for today. 1 level done, 1 level of Turok at a time. That's pretty good. Just kind of wears itself a little thin. Just constantly having to be on the move and under attack. I think 2 hours of Turok is perfectly fine. I know when I did Turok 1, there were a couple of times I did 2 levels a stream. And that 4 hours of Turok just, it wears itself a little bit on my current, especially with the later design of some of the Turok levels. They got pretty convoluted. But these ones are being extremely good. So we'll see everybody. Oh goodness. I'll have a schedule up Sunday, because there won't be a Turok on Saturday. We're gonna be. I'm gonna have some family over, and we're gonna be doing some work on the shed, finishing all buttoning that up and getting that all good to go. So there won't be a Saturday Turok. It'll happen sometime next week. I've got to think it all through. But, yeah. We'll see everybody next week for, next stream should be Final Fantasy XI, starting Wings of the Goddess. Which, it's an unusual expansion. Let's just put it that way. We'll see you next time.